long for. Thanks for Chris Wright. I really appreciate it. We were talking just before we came. Still coaching? No. What happened?
Yeah, I watch playing right now, and if I coach one, that means I can't watch the other one.
Do you miss the coaching part?
Absolutely. I love working with kids. That's why I teach, and I really enjoyed coaching as well.
We want to thank the drum line for stopping while we're doing this. Notre Dame with a record 0-3 in the conference. Not. What do you suspect we'll see from them?
All their leading scorers, two of them are young kids, and so early year, that's why they're struggling to start off the year.
Is George Kress, and he's got a pretty good dad.
Yeah, it's Mike McCarthy.
Yeah. And Jack Schumer and all those two boys are. There's a tall kid in there.
Good job over double figures. So I
or any team that Brent, what do you this
take it to the hole, but prefers to have a jumper if he can.
Or you need somebody that can take the pressure off of him. This looks like a guy that.
Yeah, so excellent from outside. He's hitting 3 drives, and if he draws the attention, then Pottis is outside shot right now.
Who's averaging. Got Sawyer Pottis, who's averaging, I think it was 14-2 a game. Then it goes way down to Chase Rensman, only 5.3. You got to get some guys that are scoring a little bit more than that.
Yeah, you want to have 3 scorers primarily if you can. I think Chase Renzelman can do it. In games I saw, he was getting to the basket, he was putting it up on the hoop, but it just wasn't falling.
Now, we talked about this before the game too, and you're going to be a shooter, you got to shoot with confidence. Let's say you don't have that confidence.
You're practicing in practice, have no fear, and then when you get out in the game.
All right, with that, we're going to step out when we come up the national anthem and the tip-off for tonight's ball game.
I came from 5 generations of teachers. Losing my job was the bottom falling out of my world.
Meals on Wheels gives me a chance to be totally selfless. More than the food itself, a lot of seniors don't have family. So just to have someone to talk to, just to say, hey, how was your day? That means so much more than a meal could ever mean. We have to look outside of ourselves to be that lifeline to other people. It's worth it.
Hey guys, how are you today?
Good.
I'm here to talk about how with technology you can make amazing worlds. Come with me. My team and I bring the Halo world to life.
Is that you?
That is me. I wasn't a math genius, and I knew nothing about coding. But you guys do. You guys have the power to change things.
I want your job.
I want you to have my job.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Wait. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Queen is just my everything.
His smile did it. His smile, his eyes, his knowledge. My landlord, he decided that he wanted me to move based on the fact that I was transgender. Let's just respect people in everyday life for just being human.
Demonstrate deals of sportsmanship. And gentlemen, those defending our freedom, those who are your headwear. Gentlemen, and welcome to this evening's varsity contest between the Notre Dame Tritons and the Sheboygan North High Runnin' Raiders. Notre Dame Tritons coached by A.J. Alexander, North High Runnin' Raiders coached by Eric Worth. And now here's your starting lineups. First for the Tritons from Notre Dame. Number 1, Marcus Hornacek. Number 2, George Kress. Number 5, Josh Cribben. Number 14, Sam Schmid. And number 23, Garrett Gresh. And now the starting lineup for your very own Sheboygan Runners. Number 1, number Brent. 5, Bob Haymauer, Hull. The Classic Conference experience to administer the game. And handling tonight's athletic training is Jake Sports Health. For sports health expertise, personalized care, and convenient locations, Aurora Sports Health is the only game in town. Visit them at aurora.org/sports.
We noticed that one of the higher scorers for Notre Dame, Jack Schumer, is not starting tonight. I wonder if he's feeling okay. He is in uniform.
Yeah, he's their second leading scorer.
Track tap controlled by the Raiders. Oh, Renzelman was open on the baseline and Sauer didn't get him the ball.
Skip pass.
Long three, called out of bounds, so Notre Dame will get it. Sometimes, you know, as a coach, you like to have those kids you can bring off the bench that can give you points, and maybe that's what coach is thinking of too.
Yeah,
you know, bringing
never
Schumer
know.
in off the bench. Got a nice finish. North with the rebound.
Step through by Witter.
Yeah, nice shot. We'll see a lot of that tonight. Making baskets.
North picking up full court as you.
Really. Same thing.
There's a first turnover right there. They're looking to trap more up there at the corners than I've seen before for North.
In all honesty, you weren't at the Manitowoc game last week, but they didn't even look like a varsity team during spots. Yeah, they just turned the ball over left and right. Tell us a little bit about the offense, Bryant, and how it changed from when Tom Desautels was the coach.
So when Tom Desautels was the coach, it was a dribble drive. So essentially you're trying to take your man off the dribble, creating for your other teammates if you can't get to the hoop to yourself. Now, Coach Worth has put in the read and react, so you're reading what the defense is trying to do to you and you are reacting to it.
Is there similarities in the two types of offense?
I mean, you're essentially still trying to get to the hole and you're trying to hit open shooters from the outside, but the read and react, you're doing it without the ball, and the dribble drive, you're doing more with the ball.
Renzelman with a nice move inside, but couldn't get it to drop. Sauer again, no good.
Another offensive rebound.
Witter open. Bango.
Those are when it's offensive rebound getting passed out to you, you're stepping into the three, wide open look.
Get a 30-second timeout by Notre Dame. You'd have to say pretty good that last trip down.
Hitting the board is hard.
Kind of, I don't know, I think it was Renzelman was cutting down the lane and he caught the ball in the middle of the lane and kind of caught him pretty hard. Good job of catching it.
Well, I think he was surprised at how many defenders were there when he caught it. I think that surprised him more than the pass itself.
Teammates passed me the ball.
Surprised him more when you made it.
So, you know, Chris, he doesn't come up with those kinds of things. He's a nice guy.
Press again.
Schmidt on a little bit. Good save on the baseline by Gresh.
Gresh has some thickness to him. He's not just 6'4", he's got some size with it.
Ooh, bump not called. Scramble on the floor. Notre Dame comes away with it. Hornacek had it. Spin move, no travel call in the lane, but got the shot off, but Cribbin not even close.
Another turnover.
Yeah.
Ball pressure caused that turnover.
Yeah, they're
should be curling around and moving without the ball.
All right, I'm gonna have to pay a little closer attention. I was watching the ball too much.
Another turnover.
That's 3 turnovers on Notre Dame so far, and we've only got 3 minutes in.
And the second leader scorer, Jack Schumer, checks in for Notre Dame. We'll see if he can get their offense going.
Yeah.
It's all off ball. See how now they're gonna meet at the elbow. Winner went up, popped up to the top of the key, back door to the top.
That time I saw him. Called on the goal.
Schmidtke check.
We when I when the thing he's so Mac to see him.
No.
You gotta like that right off the bench.
I do, especially from the 2-man corner. There's another
Oh,
turnover.
good anticipation by Witter.
And the finish.
He has all 7 points.
This pressure is really getting to the younger Notre Dame team. Some of that's just experience, some of it's just not strength. Oh, not strong enough right now.
Press on a nice shot. Keep body control.
Took too many steps before he put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, you know, that's a bugaboo of mine. Guys should be able to catch the ball, dribble it, you know, and not travel like that. And worse.
Energy.
Kress couldn't get the shot off. Good defense by Tice.
This is where I'm interested in to see Max on the defensive end when you have to have more lateral movement. Offensive foul.
Oh boy. What was Max's injury?
Broken leg.
Ooh.
Yeah, he broke his leg in early November. Couldn't do a lot of lateral stuff. He could go straight forward and back, but the lateral movement was too much pain and injure it again.
Right. Hopefully they're not.
So Witter and so Sawyer Pottis went back door there. He had an option of curling or not, and then they play off of that. So he reacted. He read it. He was coming corner, and then Austin Tice was left alone underneath.
Danny Nennig on a foul. Nennig was a pretty popular name when I was out at teaching at Chilton.
I'd say that name sounds familiar.
Hit pass shot is up and out. No. To like that one.
Playing physical.
Notre Dame having trouble penetrating, and another turnover by the Tritons. I got him for 4.
Sawyer Pottis spotting up in the corner.
That's 2. Press, shot from the elbow, or Gresh, pardon me, shot from the elbow is good.
Caught it.
That's
shoot.
Shot from outside the three-point line is no good. Witter got the rebound and then he was fouled. Schumer picking up his second.
Gets in foul.
Sauer and Renzelman back in for the Raiders. Brooks Walter checked in earlier, forgot to mention that. Sawyer had a good, couldn't get it to go.
With the rebound. Guy.
Yeah, Gresh.
Crap. Just forgot to dribble before you ran through it.
Yeah, exactly.
You like that he's the hole though. You know, if you're not confident right now with your, one way to get confidence is see the ball go in the hole and get closer and make a layup, and then hopefully gain some confidence from that.
We forgot to mention in the opening that tonight is a Wall of Fame induction. Rasmussen, actually 19 North High Wall of Fame. We will be talking to him during the second half. We'll watch the halftime when he gets presented with his plaque, and then wow.
Let it go before his feet hit the.
Yes. But anyway, we will be Gresh with the block on Walters. We'll be talking to him during the second half. Bryant, you're going to have to take about a 10-minute break.
No problem.
Thank you. North 13-4. There's 10:22 left in the half. Whoa.
They're in a zone.
Yeah, I see that. Coming out on the out of bounds, a lot of times teams will go to that type of zone.
It's almost a box and one. They got somebody on Witter, and then they got the other four.
Nice pass by Renzelman. Witter puts it up and in.
You're not supposed to be able to get the ball when they're doing a box and one on you.
That one guy isn't doing the job.
More.
Yeah.
And the way they're teaching the trap these days is actually send a guy from behind the ball handler and trap from behind rather than. So that's why Witter came from all the way over here to trap him to try to get the.
See him coming.
Exactly.
Interesting.
The first guy's just got to contain him, and then the second guy comes and traps.
Right. Yep. Rotating down on the other side. The Witter came.
Your help's got to be there.
Help defense by Renzelman. With another board. Furman looked like he had an open look but didn't take it.
I don't think that's his shot.
Okay. I thought that was a prerequisite to play for North. Everybody shoots a three.
And then some of you find yourselves on the bench after you shoot the three. See how they have 25 shadowing Witter wherever he goes. So he's playing the man-to-man, and then the other four are playing more of a zone.
The shot was in and out for Furman. They're calling it off of Witter.
He didn't like that.
No. Pottis and Schmidtke in. How's your dad doing?
He's doing real well. Yeah, he's doing well.
I haven't seen him walking much.
He's been having to take care of my mom a little bit, so he hasn't had as many opportunities.
All right. Yeah, well, they walk together almost. Anytime I saw them, they were always together.
Yep.
Shot. Bukowski. First three for Notre Dame, it's 15-7.
Well, he shoots it at a 67% clip, so.
Wow.
Witter's looking to match.
Couldn't quite get two players go down. Notre Dame comes away. Not able to control it. Oh, problem is North is.
Oh, it's a turnover.
Yep.
So far, that's been the story of the Triton offense. Since the ball wasn't touched, though, to the
Turnovers. One point instead of an 8, or maybe even 5.
See how they'll meet at the elbow, Pottis and
Yes.
Witter. He curled, he pops up. And then you have a screen action for, supposed to be for a 3 over there on the wing. Pottis was trying to get it into the lane and obviously turned it over. I'm a little surprised North isn't trapping more in the corners, especially with how many turnovers they've been getting. The pressure seems to get to the young.
They're really working on getting it in. Didn't see since Manitowoc. Seem they are tonight.
I think now 6'4" is up. You don't have a size advantage.
Right.
Which North can't in a year.
Yeah. Nice puts the first one in. That was the first free throw of the game. Oh, nice looking shot. Both of them. Good release.
See, you know, Pottis is waiting up here. He's looking to. And get it. There's your turnover. Oh.
Yeah, Schmidtke on the line. But the execution was there.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised they haven't been doing it more often, going more aggressively into that trap, so I think they can get more turnovers.
Little switch on top. Now you got Sauer on Gresh. There's a mismatch for the Tritons.
Switched out of it.
Yeah, now they switched out. Good communication on the floor. Schmidt loads it up. Couldn't get it. Baseball pass. Up and in.
Witter's pretty good at that baseball throw, too. He's done it a few times.
He's going to college with a baseball scholarship. Maybe you ought to look into pitching this spring.
Yeah. He's a solid shortstop, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Robert, it's a full break, so we can take 30 seconds. Bring us back after that.
I'm Rudy Tempesta. I'm 92 years old. I fought in World War II. Then I came home, worked for the post office for 70 years. I've been getting Meals on Wheels, and I enjoy it. The most important thing about Meals on Wheels is you meet the people, which to me is fantastic. You need people to keep your brain moving. That's what life is about. It's love and having a conversation with people.
Our crew tonight is Robert Ingram as our director. Eric Wiesman helping him out in the truck. We have Richard Bartson up here by us on camera 1. Greg Zablocki down on the floor, camera 2. Bryant Burr is doing the color tonight, and I'm Mike Martin doing the play-by-play. And we are thoroughly enjoying doing the game tonight, especially
Thank you.
Okay. I'll give you an OK plus. Little behind the back dribble and goes off of a Raider foot. Crest doing a little old behind the back dribble-y.
He was forced to with that help defense popping in front of him. He wasn't expecting that initially.
Seems like North has really got good defensive fundamentals.
They're helping baseline, and then they're forcing baseline, and then the help's coming across, and their rotations are solid so far tonight.
Yeah, that's the help part in the rotation has really been good. Now, when Dessel was coaching, he almost always went zone out of bounds underneath the basket. Coach Worth staying in the man-to-man.
And I actually would prefer the zone, the 2-3. You take away any easy baskets and any mismatches.
Shot by Bukowski is no good. Committing a foul for North was Sawyer Pottis. I don't like this one. We let them hang in there.
Yeah, you let them get confidence, and then if their shots keep falling and ours don't.
Takes me back to the first game. Point lead in the second, losing by 5.
Yeah, they had like a 10-point lead with 4 minutes left. Momentum got them.
Yeah, and the pressure.
Yep. Sawyer Pottis for 3.
Oh, Renzelman with a strong rebound and a putback.
Maybe that'll get him going. Putback, saw the ball go in the hole.
I've seen some good things out of Renzi so far tonight. You know, a little bit on the defensive end. Had a good pass for an assist earlier.
Also had a... Did you see Coach Worth right there?
Exactly.
I can tell you can take him off the dribble.
Oh. I think Pottis thought he had it and he
short-armed it.
Yeah, exactly. Or like we say in the business, alligator armed it.
That's right. Which leads to a turnover.
Yes. North up by 11.
There's a trap again.
Turner Krause in the ball game for the first time. Kress looking for the opening.
Good on-ball defense by Austin Ties.
You know, sometimes, oh, what a steal by Witter. He got a 3-on-2 break. And Witter takes it all the way coast to coast. 14 points. I was going to say, sometimes if I'm not sure of a pronunciation, I'll listen for, see what Mr. Horst says. And, yeah, what was that? Offensive foul.
Gresh just pushed down Austin. And he's coming out.
So anyway, so he called him Tice the first time. You called him Ties.
Yeah.
So what are we going to go with? Austin Ties?
I call him Austin Ties. He might be correct with Tice. I'll try to Euro step almost there.
Yeah. Plus, well, he got the shot blocked a little bit. That didn't help. Kress with a strong drive to the hoop, but couldn't get. Witter, ball.
Trap.
Renzelman moved the. Got his hand.
Forced that one a little.
For sure.
Too many dribbles, and then he just forced it.
Cutting down the lane. Tice couldn't get it up. Got the rebound and the putback. And he's down and up. Tice with 4 points. Going. It. Second timeout, so we'll keep it here. We're going to take a little bit of a break after this ball game tonight. Our next game will be January 3rd, and that's Manitowoc at South. Both teams struggling a little bit, but should be a good ball game, I would think.
Yeah, I saw South, I think, beat Green Bay Preble.
So what have you heard about Coach over there?
Well, his brother, I believe.
Bucks coach back in the day.
So yeah, South coaching genes. I think, I mean, you can be the best coach in the world. You just need to make sure you have the players coming out to play for you too.
And another turnover. The player jumped from the front court,
but he
caught it in the back court and landed. That's
but he had to have possession of the ball. He didn't have the ball yet. You have to have all three.
Hey.
He was in the. First.
Oh.
But if you can.
The three was Marcus. 28-13, Raiders on top.
Check.
Yeah, that way.
Right after you just hit one.
Cribben looking to go inside, but was stopped by the defense of Renzelman. Witter with another board. Time.
Feel good. Come back from getting that shot.
Again.
Pro.
Oh, and a bust out by the Tritons.
Golden Raiders got up 20 there.
Anybody takes it himself. Lost it on the.
North continuing to press. Trying to hope to get. We got.
Ball's gonna. Renzelman still.
Tanner Sauer, Austin Tice, Brooks Walter, foul in for North. Check in for Notre Dame.
That's only the third foul on North, Bryant. That's pretty efficient with 1:22 left in the half.
Well, the Tritons really haven't been taking it to the hoop as hard, or really trying to cause. Attacking the hoop, you're not going to get the foul calls.
Manning with his second foul. 1:19 left. At halftime, folks, we're going to have Dick Rasmussen being Witter looking, kicks it out to Tice.
Meeting at the elbow, Furman was going to come around, got pushed out to the top of the key,
Nice
but
dish off, and Brooks Walters with the easy basket.
Witter took it himself, threw the defender, and Brooks found himself open.
Left.
Yeah.
Travel.
The
got down.
the guy was driving. Easy.
Seconds left. Up. .15. It's been a very slow half for the Tritons. The North has really picked it up these last 6 or 7 minutes.
Plus, if they get over aggressive right now, you get some free throws. Well, at least one free throw.
Yes, one attempt. Got to make that one. Rolling down, 10 seconds left.
You're just trying to keep all momentum going into the second half if you can.
Tice gets bumped on the shot. It's going to be a 3 free throw trip to the line. Cribben on the foul. And if my numbers are right, that's his third.
Foul on Josh Cribben. Austin Tice on the line shooting 3.
That is his third.
Yeah. We've had North is shot. Well, they're going to be wind up shooting 5 free throws this half, and Tice has all 5 attempts. He made the first 2, missed that one. He's got 2 left.
1 second left. Just want to make sure you don't foul after his last free throw.
Renzelman coming in for Witter. I think they're going to take Witter into the locker room, Bryant, and ice down his arm.
After that throw before, or from
No,
shooting so much?
Shooting too much.
Oh.
If there is such a thing.
Well, he's been making them.
That's for sure. And we're at halftime. North on top, 30. The induct Rasmussen, and Azzy's going to come up here, and we'll.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Accompanied game committee. Six letters. Honorable mention. Was also an effective offensive threat as a receiver and place kicker. As a place kicker, Dick won 2 games his senior season with field goals by scores of 3-0. He was also one of the team's captains of the 1967 team, which had a record of 7-1. Rasmussen's best sport was baseball, but since North did not offer baseball, he showcased his talents playing American Legion baseball. In 1967 and 1968, Rasmussen earned American Legion Baseball All-Star status. And following Legion Baseball, Rasmussen played 7 seasons with the Sheboygan A's. In 1969, he earned Rookie of the Year honors in the Land O'Lakes Baseball League. In 1970, he was the Wisconsin State League's first batting champion, and he was voted valuable player that year. 2010, Hall of Fame. Rasmussen attended the University of Rochester, New York. He was a standout football and baseball player, and he excelled in his classroom, earning 3 degrees. In 1972, Dick received the Louis A. Alexander Award, which is awarded to the senior athlete contributing most to athletics and student life. Rasmussen's coaching resume is extensive. He coached the Sheboygan team for 2 seasons. Following his playing career with them. At the University of Rochester, he served as an assistant football coach for 9 seasons and was head baseball coach for 14 seasons. Dick Rasmussen currently serves as executive director of the University Athletic Association, a position he has held since its inception in 1987. The UAA is a group of 8 major research universities and is the most expansive conference in the NCAA Division III. Dick Rasmussen is married to Kathy, has 3 children, Bill, Jennifer, and Jessica, a stepdaughter, Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dick Rasmussen. Ladies and gentlemen, immediately following this evening's game, everyone is invited to a gathering at the Elks Club to celebrate Dick Rasmussen's presentation. Gathering at the Elks Club this evening, immediately following the game, everyone is invited. And now, welcome for the North High Drumline. Thank you. You got a key? It only takes a moment to make a move. Take time for your dad today.
So we were walking to school. I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's smart. Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't.
I really hope it's not day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Hi, Meals on Wheels.
I'm Marco. I'm a college student, and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels.
I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
think getting dumped by text is harsh, try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. Getting that college education.
I dare you to be somebody important.
Like be a teacher or a reality TV star.
I dare you to stand up here.
To call the shots.
To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher.
Think you can change my life?
Make me excited about science like you.
Have a career that really means something?
Then do it.
I dare you.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, button the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep pedaling.
Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, you ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Hey, I'm Tyler Perry. Do you know what hunger in America looks like? Well, it has many faces, and 16 million of those belong to children. Yet billions of pounds of food go to waste each year, and this is unacceptable. You can be a part of the solution. Join us in supporting the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks, which rescues our surplus foods and provides meals to many families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org today. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America and your local food bank. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Where the Raiders lead at halftime 39-15, leading all Austin Tice. No, we I had, it's definitely unofficial, but they had 9. I had them for 9 turnovers. North, I kind of only had 3. Advantage. Talk about the offense, you know, and as our fans watch the screen, you can kind of see it developing.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Literally, to it and one defend correctly. Again.
And the putback though to the night. Quick release, couldn't get it to go. Spotted the opening from 3-point line.
Trap him.
Smith throws
behind his head.
No look pass, and Tice with an easy 2. You know, right now it looks like men against boys.
Yeah. Advantage as well.
Right, yeah. I think you mentioned that at the beginning of the game, in the opening, that Green Bay is very young. Schmidt over the back.
Of their 4 top scorers, 2 are sophomores and 2 are juniors, with their top scorer being a sophomore.
Right. The future looks better than the present. Notre Dame setting up a 2-2-1 press, and right away North gets it in the middle. Tice with a shot block. Good back line.
Years when Coach Dessa, there was some junior. He would move up, and he would take a year or 2 of not wanted to. 1 years.
Renzelman with a free. You were saying he was a bit at the beginning of the season. See him make this first free throw. See if he can for tour.
That's just confidence right there. He shot that one a lot more than shoot.
Those 2 free throw attempts.
Here comes the trap from behind.
Up.
Another turnover.
Through the ball. Brian Burr is going to join. It's really
thanks, Marty.
You're more than deserving, to say the least. When you think back, now you came back for our 50th reunion a couple of weeks ago. You know, when you walk into North High, what kind of memories conjure up in that experience?
I think that the things that come back to me are the people that I was able to spend time with. People, the coaches like Ron Neiman and his Bob Grugers, my teacher, other teachers, and then the people we hung around with that we played football, basketball, baseball with. It all comes back to memories of things we did together.
One of the things that Bill Horsch read when he was talking about you was our senior year in football, and we were 7-1, and 2 of the wins were 3-0. Of that season, which game stands out for you?
I don't know. I probably Probably the one that was the most fun was the North-South game. That game always meant so much, and everybody had a good day that day. I think I even ended up throwing a. He had to wait about 6 seconds for it to come down, but
it got there.
But it got there.
You know who else nailed you on a couple of passes was me. Put on. I remember your. I don't know if you knew that, but a little bit about your out east.
I had similar. The athletic experience at Rochester, in a lot of ways, was very similar to my experience here at North. Again, it centers around people. We had my class. We just had a great group of athletes, and athletes who did well in the classroom. And it was interesting because there were a group of about half a dozen of us that were going into teaching. And our senior year, we all together in the morning. We carpooled to the schools we were doing our student.
Okay. Teaching the smart. We went out. Teaching, and then guys like me, you know, just day-to-day kind of thing. Did they have a program like that for you too?
No, they didn't have an internship program or such. Everybody, it was a course where we, the fall semester, we spent the first half of the semester doing methods courses, and so that was 2 courses, and then the student teaching experience was about half a semester itself, and you know, we got credit for it, but there was no compensation.
Now, we talk about, you know, sometimes kids in high school have a disadvantage. A sport's not offered. It happened to us. We didn't have all Sheboygan program. A little bit unique. Do that anymore. What grade were you in when you started that?
I think I was about 13 years old. It was just, I mean, I grew up with the Legion team. As you know, my parents lived right behind Legion Park, so I was over there every night. Summer, I was out at scout, and my dad came out to Ohio, and I caught in the middle of that week, and then play. Funny because predominantly I ended up playing in base and moved well.
Been all over the place, and that's what happened. Yeah. Favorite position?
I think my favorite position was you see so much of the game behind the plate, and what I really loved about catching was working pitchers. I think things that I was most proud of at the time. About 3-0 and right. He was a good pitcher, but that day things clicked just right and worked. Able to play that for me was the fun part of it.
Do you remember is back to your playing of you talked about the no-hitters in baseball. What about football?
Football, we had I mean, we got killed. We played at Mount Union, which was a national power.
They're still that way.
And they still are. but then we came back. We won the next 8, and then my senior my senior year, we won 6-3, and we just had a phenomenal team. We had one game in the middle of the season. We had 6 starters get injured, and we lost them for a couple weeks, including our quarterback. So we lost 2 games in the middle, a couple games in the middle of the season. But we had a really fine team, and guys that we still every spring we get together. With the fellow who's the head coach, in fact, the fellow that I coached was an assistant coach for, and we'll have 50 or 60 guys from that era, and so guys that I played with and guys that I coached will come back and we'll have dinner with Pat Stark, our head coach, and it's a great time, great memory. We all get a chance to tell lies. And
yeah, right. When you think back to your playing career at defensive play, and you did some place kicking, did they ever let
you? Freshman year on played just sophomore year, and as just kicking, and one of them got hurt, and they knew they played defensive end, and most of my sophomore played, which was even at that time, and then the junior year I played both ways. 3 weeks. And so from that point on, I just played.
The college ranks, Rochester, and the university league that you played in, where does that stack up, like with this conference in Wisconsin with Whitewater and La Crosse and Platteville and all that? You know, are they parity that way? One a little better than the other?
Wisconsin school. New England, Amherst, Williams, Tufts, Trinity, those schools, and those schools were in football. I think were equally as strong as the Wisconsin schools. The conference I work with that I direct now is an exceptionally strong conference too, and the small conference are probably the 3 strongest. Have the highest. In the U.S. News and World Report's rankings, and we have the same rankings in the Directors' Cup on the athletic side. So, yeah, we get some really great student athletes, kids that do amazing.
Let's talk a little bit about the high school ranks. I know you're mostly involved and maybe don't get to see the high school players as much as as I would. And that when you come out here and you see the North High kids playing, and when we were in high school, and then draw a comparison between here and out in Rochester and what those kids are doing with, let's say, basketball.
Yeah, I think there's a very comparable in a lot of ways that in the Rochester area, the schools in the city of Rochester and the larger suburban schools are actually much larger than North. But if you were to look at the schools of comparable size, some of the smaller suburban schools or some of the more rural schools, very similar.
For North, Will Robinson.
One of the things that Wisconsin struggles level, 2 organizations, the public school or the parochial school.
Right.
How they're everybody's same. One of the organizations, the capitals, because they can recruit. And I think they try and
this with school and other things, so that they're pairing up the schools within each section by class, schools with and comparable students across sports. With, there's a mix of private league, the sectional champion.
Okay.
They
Brooks
draw that
Walters.
parity on enrollment, but it's
other factors
that say maybe some or not.
What does it mean to get on the wall?
It's really something special.
Marcus
it's who's on the wall. And prior that, people that I looked up to when we were in high school, people like Rich Athen and Jerry Hummich, Tim Seifert, and of course Pat Mutzdorf, and those are to be a part of, and I've got to believe that they've so that makes it mean.
One of the for me, and I guess pro class, I think students too many people. Wall is I think it is guys out possibly be all the qualifications. And I want to thank for over at this. See you again.
Thank you. Thanks for everything you do.
You're welcome. Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, my scoring is close to under 10 minutes. I think
Schmidt a few threes.
But hustle out there to get that. He's out. Playing quite a bit. Whoa. This is
not hand. He hit. Enough. Usually for
For
the
yeah, the Raiders. And I think their game is against. I think that's a good thing that Coach Worth has maintained is that Raiders shootout. There's a big history in that.
Yeah, it used to be a lot more local teams. Every year I played in it, Oostburg was in it.
Right.
They would get a big team out of Milwaukee from time to time.
Tice gets the miss and puts it in.
They had Nicolay, who had a couple of guys go Division I back. Team out of Waukesha.
I think Raiders shootout. 3-point basket. Did you graduate? Ball. You played that, huh?
Oh yeah. Played that pretty much my whole life growing up.
Kohler,
Walter in
North.
for North.
About going to Kohler because that's where your dad worked?
I actually played youth basketball
Check in
with
for
Kohler,
Notre
like
Dame.
on a tournament team with those kids, and played for Kohler. But it was always going to be. Yeah.
Now you guys used to live more in town. I know now near. Yeah, that would be pretty hard to beat.
In for
What's that?
Notre
But
Dame.
not home with her because he always had practice.
Yep. Finding back in those days.
There's you played in and different than the field house, you know. Our facility. How
Completely filling. Student section, you'd feel, you know, they're cheering more and you could hear it more. The band.
Now you guys,
on the line,
when you
shooting the
played,
bonus,
you know, they
Josh
opened up
Cribben.
that third gym, and a lot of times they put a couple sections of bleachers, and you know we're able to fill that up. When I played, same gym, they'd keep that third gym closed off. They'd keep the door closed, and once in a while, not very often, they would set chairs up. You know, if it was going to be a big game against somebody. But again, you know, it just there's more of an atmosphere in that smaller environment.
Yep, absolutely. I think that's what you want for high school basketball.
And of course, you were fortunate enough to play all your North-South games in that in Armory.
Another tradition.
Cool.
Another tradition I wish they still had. That's something that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Did you get one? Done. Loaded up, Kraus, no good. Actually, that was a pass.
Got right to its target.
Yeah. Josh Walter in the ball game gets bumped, but shot is up and good by Turner Kraus.
Drew the contact, got the foul.
Basket's good by Turner Kraus.
You have two sons.
Foul
I
on
know
Ben Laskowski.
one is in third,
Kraus
the
on
other
the
is
line,
in fifth.
shooting one.
Is that
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Okay. He's
Alex
a basketball
Lemire
player
in
also.
for Notre Dame.
And
Will
is
Robinson
that his favorite
checks in
sport, or
for
does he
North.
have some other things that he plays?
Their favorite sport is whatever season it is.
Julie Schuffner
Nice.
So right now it's
That is really
basketball.
nice.
It'll be baseball come spring.
Okay.
It's they enjoy playing soccer, they play soccer, but they also enjoy playing football.
One of the things, you know, that people will criticize, specialization, you know, it's not a good thing. You know, a kid should be doing everything. What's your opinion on?
I agree. A kid should be doing everything, and there's a lot of cross training.
Evans,
Yeah, the conditioning
Gillespie.
especially. There was an article on the W. Than kids that play, you know, one sport or something.
Because you're using those other muscles in those other sports, so you're strengthening your whole body rather than just the ones you're using in a single sport.
Yeah, right.
I was told by somebody once that Ohio State football team will only recruit you if you're at least a two-sport athlete. They won't do it if you just play football.
Wow, that's interesting. I wonder if they're going to maintain that now that Urban Meyer's gone.
Yeah, you never know.
Right.
But usually if you're a good athlete and you're a big recruit, you're doing some other sport.
Well, and a lot of these kids, you know, they don't all come from bigger schools. So if you're
Fallen
coming from a
Evans,
smaller
Gillespie.
school, they need you.
Yeah.
On the line for North, Josh
Simply for
Walter.
numbers.
Yes.
Shooting 2.
Yeah, no, I plan on my kids playing every sport all the way through.
Nice.
Chandler
North has
Fogel
got it
in
well
for
in
North.
hand. There's 5:19 left. They're up by 24 points.
Cooper Bukowski in for Notre Dame.
A lot of kids getting an opportunity to play, which is nice. Sometimes you got to get those guys the experience. You might need them later in the season.
You never know.
Right, exactly.
Like we had been talking about, Notre Dame experience this year, and that's what it's about for them so that they can succeed in the future. And right now, the guys that are in there for North are getting experience, so hopefully they can help them out down the road.
I see Chandler Fogel's in the ball game, Tom Fogel's son. Last week against Manitowoc, Chandler got in, maybe played.
Foul on Chandler
maybe
Fogel
played 3 or 4
on
minutes.
the line
you
for
know,
Notre
he came
Dame.
in late. Game
Shooting
was
the bonus.
in hand. He had 8 points. Nailed
Wow.
a couple
Evans,
threes, had
Gillespie.
another basket. I mean, he looked really good. Get me in there a little sooner next
Yeah,
week.
see, he's showing something.
They're still in their man-to-man defense. Robinson moving his feet well. Lemire in the lane had it taken away. Another turnover by the Tritons. So it doesn't matter. I want to thank Dick Rasmussen for coming up and allowing us to speak, talk about his experiences in high school and getting the award. And I want to thank you for being we're being hassled by the fans.
Cub fans.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a Cub fan.
Oh.
Watch it.
No comment.
What do you mean? Come on. You're not a Cub fan?
No.
Brewer.
Guy.
All right. My good friend from high school who spends his winters in Florida, we were taking a walk or something during the summer, and he says, Marty, I know you like the Cubs and
Tanner
kind of like the
Jaquard
Brewers,
in
but
for North.
if they had a chance to go to the World Series, who'd you pick, Cubs or Brewers? I said, well, I picked the Brewers. Where's light it up? Jim. I said, well, I picked the Brewers. He said, that's really nice. Why would you do that? And I said, well, because the Cubs, you know, they just won the other year. The Brewers haven't won once yet.
That's true. We haven't been around nearly as long, though, either.
No, oh, for sure. Only about 70 years less.
Well, still taking it hard to the hole.
Yeah, they're going to count that basket. Everybody's looking at one another.
They're deciding to count it.
Yep. Scott
Foul on
Van
Dooley
Alstine making
Schiffner.
that call. Press with the basket, is that right?
On the line,
Yeah.
George Kress. Shooting the bonus.
Oh, they didn't give him the basket. He's got to shoot the bonus free throws.
North has held him in check really well today. It's joint, and he averages 12 on the year.
Wow,
12
yeah,
per
that's
game on the year.
good point. One of the reasons why they're up by 23. Make it 22. Bryant, have you had an opportunity to go see Lutheran play?
I have. I went.
Ignacevic is.
Oh, he's hitting him outside.
Play on TV once. Games. Everybody else. Racking. What do you think of?
Solid player. I actually that he had.
Like even in gym class, you can see.
All of a sudden, he just kept growing and growing, but he had the guard fundamentals in the middle, and he's just grown into a big guard essentially.
No, you call him and say, you know, we got a spot side.
Kidding.
They gotta think any for him.
Can't teach six.
Yeah, coordination. You know, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't,
Will Robinson.
But you can't teach, you know, enthusiasm for the game and working hard. I'll tell you, bones. That's 10 points for him. Woo. Oh, nice pass, and the layup is good. Scoring that.
Scalette.
Their chance.
Line 2.
You're teaching over at Oh, okay.
And kids seem to really enjoy that. And I figured with having volleyball as a middle school sport right now.
That's right.
Hopefully we can keep it going, get some of those kids interested so as they go into middle school, they continue to play.
I know one of the things that was a concern with that middle school grant and starting up, you know, middle school sports again was, well, is that a one-year deal?
Follow
You're gonna be able to do it for 2 years. How long is this going to last? And this is, I believe, the second year or third.
I think it's the third year, third and final year for the PEP grant funding. So now we'll have to find funds for somewhere else.
Okay, all right. So this is critical, or next year really is the critical year.
Checking in for North, Josh Walter.
And they have cross.
Right. Have you heard anything about what the prospects are? Okay. Looking forward to Sports Day. I am. I mean,
every year. I watch my own kid.
You're a long.
I do the long jump, but I think
fall.
Kowski.
Will be on.
Line for North.
It is up in the booth, you know, and you look down, you know, in the long line, and they're going through. Kids.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ticky-tack.
Let them play.
Yeah, at this point, 21-point game.
It's more like let the announcers get home.
You're not kidding.
Although it's going to be pretty nice. You go home from school here at North High, and you got 10 days off. It's going to be
10 days holiday at my folks, and then going up by my in-laws in the Wausau area for a few days.
Okay.
And then some quality family time. Actually, as of right now, no basketball practices scheduled for the next.
Oh, that's got to be kind of nice. It gets
yeah.
pretty hectic, I know, especially when you have two boys.
Push the ground.
Right.
That's how you're supposed to break press, though. Good ball movement.
I remember coaching. But I had one kid throw it to the next guy. I can dribble fast.
Challenge kids. You think you can dribble faster and I can pass the ball right past them, and you're not going to beat a pass.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe not the head.
No.
His back?
No, not even. I just whipped it down there, and then he had to go get it, of course, to show, hey, the ball beat you down the court.
Bring
it back with you.
Ooh, almost a steal. On it left. Oh, a nice shot that time.
Ben Laskowski.
Laskowski on the nice drive and score.
Help lane to help. The left elbow, or instead the double screen for Furman.
24 seconds left. Feed inside to Fogel, covered up well, couldn't get the shot off. Ooh, there's an offensive foul. Josh Walter trying to make clear some space. Times, but
you don't want to pick.
From deep, no good. That shot was by Danny Nennig, and that shot was an air ball, and that's the ball game. Sheboygan North. Just kidding. Really had a and we're able to explain it to us. 67 to 50. Drop. Will be Jan. I believe Friday and cameras. Mike, thanks for watching.
Oh, look, a redhead.